Hi guys, you're welcome. Thank you so much for clicking. So this Catholic priest explained what many people do not know about Islam, and this will shock you. So let's check it out.
This Catholic priest from Syria, who is known for his honesty and outspokenness, has made comments about Islam that shocked many, especially in the West. In an interview with a Belgian journalist, Michel Collin, Father Elias Zalawi started by expressing his outrage at the way Islam and Muslims are treated in the West.
Hier, j'ai dit dans mon topo que l'islam de l'Occident.
Yesterday, I said in my presentation that Islam presented in the West has nothing to do with the real Islam. You Westerners have unfortunately had the genius to create a Muslim society within your Western societies, a society which is closed in on itself. You have not given Muslims the opportunity to integrate, to live with you as part of you. You have let them do the work that your fellow citizens were unwilling to do. And over time, these Muslim societies closed in on themselves, weighed down by an inferiority complex, have become a time bomb.
In fact, based on stereotypes and prejudices, Western media have strongly described Muslims as either fanatics, primitive, or an enemy of the West. But is Islam really an enemy of the West? To understand whether Islam is an enemy of the West, it is essential to evaluate who indeed can be called an enemy and to what extent. An enemy is basically someone that has an ulterior motive to harm another and whose activities are meant to harm another. But this has never been the case for Islam. Of course, Islam is a way of life that has rejected imported Western ideologies and has always tried to protect itself against the invasion of Western values. But this does not mean that Islam is an enemy of the West, because Islam neither propagates hatred against the West nor entertains any ulterior motive to harm the West. Islam is considered a threat in the West because it is against the Western barbaric hegemony that considers non-European communities, particularly those in the Middle East and Africa, are uncivilized and dangerous others. But many Western and non-Western scholars and thinkers who sat down and delved deep into Islamic teachings, they ended up finding culture, human values, and search for truth to be at the root of Islam. Listen to Father Zalawi.
Si l'islam avait été aussi sanglant et sanguinaire,
If Islam had been as bloody as they claim, no Christian or Jew would have survived the Muslim conquest. Muslims had the genius from their first conquest to open collaboration with the conquered peoples, and they succeeded in what no conqueror has ever succeeded in. And until now, Islam maintains this conviviality with people. I am a priest from Damascus. I was born in Damascus in 1932, and I lived in a Christian and Muslim environment. I grew up in this environment, and I assure you that my life as a priest reaps immense joy from the company of Muslims, their friendship and their support. And what I am saying are not words, because I wrote all this in a book in Arabic, and I hope to be able to translate it into French and also into English to make people understand what Islam really is. Islam is a peaceful religion that Muslims practice with great respect, and when they see in front of them a man who respects them, they respect him even more, and they do that with love.
je dirais il le dépasse en respect et en amour et en service.
The priest also commented on the widely propagated narrative, the so-called Islamic terrorism. In fact, unless you are an old-school first-generation racist, you know it is wrong to judge people more harshly because of their race or ethnicity. Yet that is precisely what most of the Westerners do. The majority of people in the West, when they hear the word terrorist, they immediately link it to Islam. The false narrative that terrorists are always Muslims has been developed and propagated by Western media. Countless studies have documented how the Islam-related news coverage in Western media discuss Islam in the context of terrorism, war, and political unrest. Geographically speaking, Muslims are presented as a homogeneous group, while focusing the news on Muslim-majority countries in conflict like Syria and Iraq, leaving the public without more information about these Muslim societies beyond the conflicts, the majority of which are influenced and supported by Western powers. This is how the Islamic terrorism stereotype was created and stuck in the minds of Western public opinion.
Et ce que l'Occident a créé aujourd'hui de toutes pièces, comme je l'ai dit hier, de ce qu'ils appellent le terrorisme musulman.
And the Western term, Islamic terrorism, is a strictly Western fabrication from scratch, and it has never existed in Islam. It's a fabrication that has a lot of impact and has already had an impact on Western societies. The term jihad has also been used to supposedly subdue the Middle East and to reduce it to a region where tribes are killing each other. Their objective is to make sure there is not a single state in the Middle East which is stable. And Islam has never known this kind of instability, even in the most despotic periods.
Même dans les périodes les plus despotiques.
Indeed, they create these narratives to find a pretext to control and oppress Muslims living in the West, as well as to assert economic and political dominance over governments in the Muslim countries.
L'Occident est pourri par sa passion de domination du monde.
The West is rotten with its passion for world domination. This passion, which it has cultivated and practiced with ferocious savagery for 500 years, it does not want to abandon. They have a passion for the Middle East oil, but there is also the expansion of Western domination, especially for the benefit of Israel. And by doing this, they benefit a lot from the energy resources of the entire Middle East, which are enormous.
Les ressources énergétiques de tout le Proche-Orient qui sont énormes.
That is our presentation for today.
Wow, I'm really surprised this is really coming from a priest, a Catholic priest. We all heard what he said, right? Him trying to let us understand Islam, where Islam stands, and why there's a lot of misconception about the religion Islam. He has let us understand why Islam is peaceful and how Christians and even Jews are even benefiting from it. There's one statement he made. He said, if truly Islam is what, or Muslims are what people claim they are, if truly people are saying that, oh, they're terrorists, they do this, they harm people, they kill, they do all sorts of things, then how come Christians can live in a Muslim country? Because if truly what is being displayed on the media about Islam is true, then Christians won't be able to stay in a Muslim country. That's one of the statements that this priest made. And I said, no, that is all a misconception. No, Muslims are very peaceful. As long as you don't look for their trouble, they are always on their own. And you will not find them doing all manner of things. You will not find them, killing or doing all sorts of things to disturb the peace of the nation or of the people in the country or in the society. So I love how this man explained everything he knows about Islam. All what he said is something that I'm finding it difficult to believe that it's coming from a Catholic priest. That's to let you know that he has done his research. He has even expressed some of the things he said. So experience is the best teacher, they always say, right? So I believe everything this Catholic man said is true. I don't know if it's 100% true, but I believe it's right, it's true. And that was a beautiful one. Like, wow, amazing. Let me know what your point of view, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.